Welcome back to the channel, guys, and in today's video we are going to feature an anti-meta team consisting of Garchomp and Metagross. I think this time in the Master League I'm seeing a lot more Excadrills and Melmetal, so that's why I figured that Garchomp would be a smart pick to for this particular meta, and especially Metagross, because Metagross can really handle all the steel types pretty well because it has access to Earthquake and will resist a lot of moves. I mean, it does lose to Kyogre and something like Excadrill, but still I think it's a decent pick and we are using it towards the close. So before we start with the team composition and the battles, if you are new to the channel and if you like our content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and if you are already subscribed to the channel, a big thanks to all of you. And if you want to join the Battlestate Discord server, the link to that is in the description down below. So the team which we are using today consists of Garchomp in the lead and Lugia and Metagross in the back. So I think this team offers a pretty decent bulk because all these three Pokemons are quite bulky. Coverage is also rated as A, which I think is okay. We are running two ground type moves on as Earth Power and Earthquake on Garchomp and Metagross. So yeah, I think all in all this is pretty good, and we were able to come back from a lot of lost leads. So I think still that makes for a pretty decent. I think this is a pretty decent team composition as well. So without any further delays, let's start with the battles and see how the battle goes. So we are in a Mewtwo matchup, and Mewtwo matchup, I think Garchomp loses it, but still it becomes very close, and once you're done with the Mewtwo, you can come in and farm down with Metagross. So and for this particular battle, I forgot to TM away the Dragon Tail, but I think that Dragon Tail has its own use in certain matchups, definitely up against something like Giratina. Dragon Tail really helps, but since I'm already running Dragon Tail on Lugia, I didn't feel really use for it, so I let go of the Garchomp there, and now they come in with Giratina altered, and I make an immediate swap to Lugia. So I think the opponent did a very smart job of preserving the health on Mewtwo, but this allowed the Giratina to get switch locked with the Lugia, and I'm expecting a Dialga in the back, so definitely I'm keeping that in mind while playing this matchup, because a lot of trainers are running Giratina and Dialga combination, and we get an attack boost there as well, so that's pretty huge because now this Mewtwo will need to throw. And since I shielded this because I thought that I'll be able to farm down this Mewtwo, and the opponent recognized that and they are running a Garchomp of their own, and since we got an attack boost there, they will definitely would want to shield the Sky Attack, and now Garchomp cannot farm us down yet, and Dragon Tail damage is really adding up, so they will need to eventually throw. And now this Garchomp is in Meteor Mash range, and since they threw the Sand Tomb, they are not likely to run Earth Power, and yeah, they just quit realizing they cannot win. So yeah, good game. Moving on to the next one, picking up a negative lead in the form of Kyogre. So Garchomp loses matchup to Kyogre, and this is the one where I switched to Mudshot. And I didn't really know how this matchup goes initially, but this was my first time using an Earth Power Garchomp. So I farmed all the way beyond an Outrage, and I allowed opponent to sneak in and Waterfall, which is not good. And I thought that the Garchomp will get to Earth Power and Outrage at the same time, but I was highly mistaken. This allowed the Kyogre to knock us out with Garchomp going down with a lot of energy, and the Kyogre still has a lot of health and will be able to pressure a shield with either a Blizzard or a Thunder. So yeah, that's why I shielded the charge move, because because Metagross really doesn't have any play up against Kyogre. So I farm bunch of extra energy and go for the Sky Attack, and if the opponent does not shield, I think the Kyogre will go down. So the Kyogre goes down, and in comes the Giratina, which is not good for our backline, especially since we are running Metagross and Lugia. So and we are shieldless, so this Giratina can really take us out with the Shadow Ball. So we go for the Sky Attack, and Sky Attack doesn't really do much, and this Giratina can go for an Ominous Wind and now completely farm us down. So that's why I swap into Metagross, and I think that the Giratina will beat us to a Shadow Ball. So definitely, I think this could have been played better had I known that that Garchomp will get to an Earth Power before it gets to an outrage. So definitely a misplay from my part, but I think this is the only loss in this set. So picking up another Mewtwo lead. So this time, since we are running Mud Shot, we will be able to do pretty well in this matchup. So, but still, it ends up being a losing match too for Garchomp. But at least what we can do is we can come in with Metagross and look to farm down the Mewtwo. So no defense drop, but Mewtwo will need to throw if they want to keep this matchup. So I let go of Garchomp at this point, and now I will look to come in with Metagross and completely farm down this thing. So Mewtwo gets ahead on energy, and they can threaten with a Shadow Ball, but it's still too early to be one, so it's definitely a Side Strike which is resisted, and we are able to get ahead on energy. And Metagross with energy, I think, is quite dangerous. So let's see. The opponent comes in with Melmetal. So this maybe is Mewtwo and Dialga and Melmetal line. So definitely, I think we are in a very good spot, and they do not shield the Earthquake, which is quite good. So I try to catch on a Superpower onto the Lugia, which I'm able to successfully do. So this is looking quite good for me. Superpower is double resisted and lowers the defense and attack, and there is a Dialga in the back. So getting the slow battery notification, not good, but yeah, this is just an RN, so we don't need to shield anything. And at this point, I'm okay with letting go of Lugia, because if they land Draco, they are lowering their attack, and then there is no way they can come back from a relevant healthy Metagross. So I think I shield this charge move because we are pretty close to a Aeroblast, but I still think we won't be able to get to one. So I go for the Sky Attack, or we get to an Aeroblast. But I didn't really thought that I'll be able to get to that. But Sky Attack regardless grabs a shield, and the Dialga I think is just a sitting duck. I was afraid that they might sack swap there, which probably was the win condition. So they go for an Iron Head bait, but it was a CMP tie, so they definitely they are going to. Dialga is going down, and Melmetal is not just healthy enough to go for 2 superpowers. But even if they go for 2 superpowers, I think Logia's Dragon Tail will be able to knock them out. So we survived the superpower and able to bullet punch down the Metagross. So yeah, good game. Moving on to the next one, picking up a Dialga lead. So a negative lead this time. Again, a negative lead. But I think I'm able to overcome this lead as well. So this draws out their Melmetal. And this is probably what the job for Lugia is, to draw out their Melmetal or any other steel type. Because once the Melmetal is out, and they do not, most of the people do not shield an Aeroblast, and Lugia can survive 2 Rock Slides. So what you need to do is you need to land the Aeroblast. Excuse me. You need to land the Aeroblast and then look to farm down with Garchomp. So energy management, I think, in this team is pretty crucial, and they will need to throw, otherwise we'll get to a Sky Attack. So the opponent, I think, knows this matchup quite well, so hence they go for a Rock Slide. They do not want to take a Sky Attack to the face. So we come in with Garchomp, and at this point I'm fully committed to farming down this Melmetal. So let's see if they throw this. So they throw the Super Pass straight away, but I think they are able to get to another one. So opponent did a really great job in stacking the Super Pass, because otherwise the defense would be lowered earlier. So expecting Dialga to come back in, and immediately I go for this Earth Power, because I don't want to take any Earth Power, any Dragon Breath damage. So we grab the shield, and the opponent comes back in with Mewtwo. So this is looking good. We do need to watch out for a potential Shadow Ball or a Focus Blast, because that will do massive amount of damage. But at least we will be able to throw spam those Meteor Mash. The opponent doesn't shield, and at this point, even if it's a Side Strike bait, I am comfortable shielding that, because it's a Focus Blast, so a very good shield. Mewtwo will not be able to get to another charge move since they throw the Focus Blast, and Dialga really needs to land Draco in order to take us out. And even if it's a bait, I'm completely fine, because anyway Dialga needs to land a Draco, and once they land the Draco, I think the Garchomp will be able to get to an Earth Power. So I went for Earthquake straight away. There was no point in baiting. Hence, I think my opponent really knows what's going on, and they probably want to get us into an Iron Head range, but that's not going to happen, because we will be able to throw this Earthquake before the Dialga gets to another charge move. So yeah, Metagross towards the end as a closer really took out 2 of their Pokemon. So moving on to the next match, another Dialga lead. So getting horrible leads, I definitely would be expecting something like Melmetal in the lead, because when I was leading Dialga, all I got was Melmetals Melmetals and opposing Dialgas. So I swap into Lugia, and looks like the opponent is staying in. Maybe they are running. Maybe they have something weak to Lugia in the back. Maybe some Mewtwo or a Groudon. They shield the Aeroblast as well, so that definitely indicates that they have something weak to Lugia. So I shield this charge move, and I think that I'll be able to get to this Sky attack. So I am always very cautious. My Lugia gets to an Aeroblast every time, but I'm not very. My internet connection is not very reliable, to be honest. So now I come in with Metagross, and my aim is to completely farm this thing down. So I shield this and a good shield because it's a Draco Meteor, and now we will be able to completely farm this thing down without taking a lot of Dragon Breath damage as well. So in comes their Groudon, and I think it was my instinct to go for an Earthquake, but definitely if you are a Metagross, you would want to go for Meteor Mash. So now the opponent swap into Mewtwo. So this is still okay if they are not running Shadow Ball, because Shadow Ball will be able to knock the Metagross out at that range. So we go for Outrage because that will do more damage than the Earth Power. So but will still not be able to knock out the Mewtwo, and Mewtwo really needs to throw, otherwise it risks getting farmed down. So they throw, and now we need to farm down the Mewtwo, which we are able to do. And since Groudon didn't really get enough energy, we will be able to beat them to an Earthquake. So we go for this Meteor Mash, and I think if this would have been more cleaner if I went for Meteor Mash earlier. But yeah, coming from another bad lead and locking in a win. So yeah, this team is proving decent for me. I'm not saying that it's not with weakness. But yeah, I think all in all this team is quite good, and if you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed playing with it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, peace.